I'm Christian Zadak, and this is The Daily Thread, helping you find the thread of God's presence in your everyday life. What happens to you when you turn on the news? The flashy graphics and headlines are designed to get our attention and maybe rile us up on purpose, so we'll stay engaged. And if we're honest, many of us are addicted to that hit of adrenaline or dopamine that comes from a sensational story. We see a lot of bad news these days. What happens to us when we are bombarded with the pain and suffering of others? When a well-dressed anchor tells us how much we should care about things that are happening in the world? When we let ourselves be swept up into arguments over and over again? Maybe we get hardened. Maybe it becomes difficult to hope. Some people lose all faith in God and walk away from their relationship with Him because there's just too much bad news for them to believe in the goodness of God anymore. What do you do when you're faced with hardship? The prophet Jeremiah saw his fair share of hardship and suffering. He wrote the book of Lamentations, which is about the destruction of Jerusalem. It's full of moving, poetic lines where the city is personified as weeping. And there's such a personal feel to the agony. He writes, "I am the man who has seen affliction." You might not spend much time reading Lamentations, but the center of the book is a portion of scripture you probably know. The writer is in the midst of listing his specific pain and suffering, but then at the center of the poem in chapter 3, the pinnacle of the book, he writes this: "My soul continually remembers my suffering and is bowed down within me. But this I call to mind, and therefore I have hope. The steadfast love of the Lord never ceases. His mercies never come to an end. They are new every morning. Great is your faithfulness. The Lord is my portion, says my soul. Therefore, I will hope in Him." Jeremiah doesn't write these words when things are good. He is right in the middle of suffering, his own pain, and the pain of seeing the city of God completely desolated. But that's the thing about hope. When things are dire, that's when you need it the most. The Hebrew word for hope that is used here is yachal, and the primary root of that word has to do with waiting. There's a strong relationship between hope and waiting. If the thing you want or need has already arrived, you can stop hoping for it. It's already here. That means hope is relevant when things are not yet okay. When the job you hoped for doesn't come through. When you try and fail. When someone lets you down. When you let yourself down. When you see another story on the news about how we just keep hurting each other. Hope means you're waiting for change to come. You're trusting that it will because God is still good. His mercy is new every morning. Jeremiah received the morning by morning mercies of the Lord even as he was experiencing the greatest suffering of his life. That's the goodness of God. It's able to cut through and reach us in the middle of our pain. And as we experience that day-to-day goodness, just knowing that it's there can cause us to hope that things will change for the better. And that hope can sustain us through the long and deep valleys of life. Jeremiah doesn't pretend things are fine. In verse 29, he says, "Let them lie face down in the dust, for there may be hope at last. Let them turn the other cheek to those who strike them and accept the insults of their enemies, for no one is abandoned by the Lord forever." Do you feel like you're lying face down in the dust? Are people insulting you? Just wait. God has not abandoned you. In fact, His mercy is sustaining you even now. Because of His mercy and compassion, we are allowed to hope. So let hope have its way in your life today. Expect things to change and ask God to sustain you as you wait for Him to move. His faithfulness is great. The Daily Thread is a podcast from Zephyrhills Alliance Church. To learn more about the ministries of our church, find us on Facebook or on our website, zaccma.org.